Now, supporters say it's inclusive and it promotes diversity, or is there something else going on here? If you've got a group of people whose entire identity and reason for being revolves around their sexuality, how do you feel comfortable except that you sexualise the entire culture? And as every great marketing expert knows, if you want to change the culture, you always start with kids. Liz, is that what's going on here?
Oh, 100%. This is how they are ensuring that the way you think about these things, the way I consider these matters, is going to be extinct within the space of a single generation. Remember, it was just March 2022 when one of the big Disney directors came out and said, we vow that by the end of this year, by the end of 2022, 50% of our main characters, not some extras milling around in the backgrounds of their cartoons. No, our main characters, 50% of them will be LGBTIQ and or a racial minority. This is very, very deliberate because when you grow up in a culture that normalises these things, it is normalised. And so growing up, mum and dad are dinosaurs, your grandparents are even worse, anyone who might have a conservative view on this thing, you have already been taught to despise. And as you say, the question is, why is this necessary? Why would you want to even have a child as young as 3 to 6 thinking about somebody has two mums? Something that is, of course, a biological impossibility. No one can actually have two mums. And you want kids that young going, oh, hang on a minute. Fact check. And which, again, is probably why they tried to do it so cunningly, so that not too many kids would be swinging around from the couch being like, well, actually, parents explain, as they tend to do if it's more obvious than that. So this would have been a way of making it far less obvious to the kids and therefore arousing the suspicions of less parents who then had less hairy questions to answer, as kids love to raise.
But I think it's reached the point of tokenism now, hasn't it, as well? Like every single television program, whether it's children's or otherwise, now seemingly has to have a gay couple in it and whatever else, right? On and on it goes. And the fact that it's taken them this long, I mean, Bluey is in its 3rd season now, and I'm not a connoisseur of Bluey, but some of you at home who are grandparents and parents, I'm sure would be. And I was doing a little bit of reading on Bluey today to bring myself up to speed. I, by the way, did not know that Bluey was a girl for a very long time. I thought Bluey, being blue, was a boy. But apparently the deal is that Bluey as a character is starting to get older than obviously when it started, so they have to move into a new phase of the TV program. So what they're setting up in the finale of season 3 is what Bluey is going to look like in the future. So you would have to assume that by dropping that reference to mums in the season finale in season 3, that this is going to be something that then pops up more in a more recurring manner in seasons 4 and so on. It's just not necessary in a kids' television show. I mean, kids, as much as anything else, they go to school, whatever, they learn about the world themselves. And at some point, they're going to encounter a gay couple. At some point, they're going to come across a friend at school who has gay parents, whatever. They can work through all of that without being told by a television program how to think before they actually have to deal with it.